testing. It's Friday night hockey on Huskies Nation, welcoming you inside Cantlin Sports Ice Arena. I'm James Goronsky, and welcome to this terrific early November matchup between your NIU Huskies and the Loyola Chicago Ramblers. Let's take a look at our starting lineups quickly before the national anthem. Jacob Sturman will get the start in net for goalie at NIU. He's their main go-to guy, and he has been most of the season. Jack Smith on the other end in goal for Loyola Chicago, and for more on these starting lineups, we'll send it down to our PA announcer, followed by our nation's national anthem. Severn Anderson and Alex Tatum on the back end to begin for Northern Illinois. Dom Kowalewski, Jason Clement, and Brandon Weitzel up front. On the other side, Henry Bailey and Noah Trecht. On the defensive line for Loyola, up front, Peter Armadas, Michael Wazaloo, and Jack Swenson. Should be a terrific matchup. These two met last year. It was a very highly competitive competition. Two rival teams. And we are just about underway here in Dundee. Clement to take the face-off for Northern Illinois. The Ramblers take it right away. Possession inside their own zone. Down there is Noah Track, nearly gave it away, and Clement was right in front. It slipped right through the crease. Weitzel trying to come out of the corner with it. It's poked off his stick, right, taken by Weitzel again. He'll regain possession. Huskies chasing after it. Jack Smith lost the puck nearly, became disastrous, but it went off the side of his own cage. Now they're able to get it out. And Sexton chasing after it. This will be an icing on Loyola. These two teams will match up again tomorrow night, 5 o'clock Central Time. Be a rematch between the two. As Tennell takes the face-off, shot right away from Malik. That goes off a stick and wide. Into the corner, Tennell. They look for it in their skates, coming out with it. Friedman, down there, he retrieves the puck. Tennell keeps it in deeper. Defensive Loyola can't grab a hold of the puck. And kicking it to Malik is Friedman. Back to him. Swirling in behind the cage, and he throws it on net, and it winds up on the stick of Jack Smith. And he'll cover it up. Superb offensive play by the Huskies to begin this game. The quick offensive start is just what their coach would like to see. Let's see if they can keep it going here on the face-off win. It's poked back, and Sexton, spin move, down low. And the clearing attempt is just out of the zone, went off the stick of Brandon Weitzel. I beg your pardon, Caden, and this is taken up. Reed Johnson trying to work on Tennell. Coming in for help is Sexton, and they'll break it out right again. It's Friedman. James Friedman moving in with a shot and a good save there by Jack Smith. He's brought down at the end of the play. And Smith holds on for a whistle. Gambino tie up off the face-off, taking control of it. That's Lucas Babala, and he goes up ahead to Reed Johnson. It's poked off his stick back at the line. Huskies can't get it out, though, and now they do at center, and it's Tatum sending it the length of the ice, and this is an icing indeed. 2.5 minutes gone by in this opening period of the action. No score yet. It'll be a Huskies defensive zone face-off to the right of Jacob Sturman. And another face-off win here. Back to the point. Swanson shot deflects wide. Tatum in behind. Just keep in there right in front. And the return pass just missed Zeev Liang. Severn Anderson trying to clear. Can't get out of the reach of Liang. He's got it. And eventually given up to the captain, Alex Tatum. He'll try to get it out of there, and he does. Right back in and chasing after it, tiring this Huskies defense as Ben Hojic has it hop off his stick, and a good keep in there by Wazaloo. Wazaloo, the terrific young center for Loyola, as a long shot is taken by Bailey and blockered aside into the corner. Anderson in a collision in behind. Caldwell comes to get it, and looks like we're going to have our first penalty of this outing. Referee deciding where he wants the puck. There is no penalty on the play. He had his Referee had his arm up in the air. Looked as if he might have been calling a penalty, but he let the play go on. This is a defensive zone face-off win for the Huskies, and now taking it up is Caldwell. I beg your pardon, Gambino. He tried to go across to Hojek, and it was broken up. Working his way through Swenson. Stolen away. And Kowalewski, 1-on-3, trying to gain possession of the puck back in this defensive zone of Loyola, and he does for a moment, and it's ripped off his stick and taken ahead now by Swenson. Swenson 1-on-1, and a save made with a glove by Sturman. Tumbling into the boards afterwards was Kowalewski, lost an edge. Checking to make sure his blade is still intact, and it sure is. Another face-off win for Loyola. They're warming to the task here in Dundee as it's taken to the net. And trying to bat out of midair was Wasilou. He's forced him behind, and the Huskies able to get control of it. Sexton with the outlet pass, just missing Kowalewski. Chasing after it with that speed of his, and he's the first one to it, no surprise. And this one rolls off the side of the cage, and reaching back with his blocker, Jack Smith to stop the play. Tennell, and taken off the faceoff by Swanson. Swanson lost it in his skates. Tennell picks it up and tried to backhand it across, out of communication with Malik. Still having it on the stick along the boards. The puck pinballs out of the zone, and now a chance for Reed Johnson. 1-on-1 with Sturman, and a good save. Coughed up puck, and Sturman with a dandy. This shot is blocked. Reed Johnson's got it again. Throws it towards the net. It was blocked before it got there, and now it's finally cleared. Will it go far enough for icing? Indeed it will. Just about 5 minutes gone by in period one. Still no score. Loyola Ramblers are attacking. After the slow start, they've started to test Sturman quite a bit. That most previous play on Reed Johnson was a goal-saving save, if you will, to say the least. Weitzel had the puck elude him, and chasing after it was Keaton, Severn Anderson, and now this pass is picked off. Now back the other way, Huskies have it. It's a shot and a save made on Grippo by Smith. And another try, that one's blocked in front. Retrieved at center by Severn Anderson. Trying to work his way in, banks it to himself off the boards, nice play. Power move to the net and a good save by Jack Smith. It's a great individual effort by Severn Anderson, the defenseman, I may add, showing off his offensive skills. They get set. Offensive zone face-off draw lost by the Huskies. Loyola has it, and moving up with it is Armitage. Ramblers have to regroup, and nearly taking it away is Morrissey, still poking away at it, and he finally got it. Morrissey forces the turnover, tries a shot blocked. There were about 3 Ramblers in front of the net. Now it's swatted to the slot and picked off, taken the other way. It's Jack Swenson. He can never really get an offensive opportunity. Good play defensively by Tatum, and he blocks the shot on the return feed. Morrissey trying to get it out. It's finally poked out of there by Madaliano. Huskies changing. Only a couple of Ramblers changing here. Taken up ahead. Peter Armatis shoots one, and that one's denied by Sturman. They try to outlet to the top of the zone, and the pass misses. They'll have to chase back. Hojek on his horse. Pinned up against the boards. Becomes a battle for the puck. Gambino poking at it. Hojek still chasing after. Andrew Swanson finally comes up with it, but then it's taken away and sent in front. And the lane defended nicely. Still more battles up along the boards, this time 3-on-2 in terms. Here's an outlet pass, and Sexton finds it, throws it to the net, rebound, they score! Ben Hojic, 1-0. Bad turnover in the zone. Hojic makes him pay, and the Huskies draw first blood here on Friday night. About 3 Huskies right in front of the net, and Hojic looked like he swatted at it. And as a result, he's got himself a goal. And the first one of this contest. They want more, though. It's backhanded towards the net and over it by Sexton. He still has it, banks it to himself off the cage, and now picked up in front, over, and a shot. That one's blocked in front. Back the other way. Here's another shot, and Sturman's got that one. Face-off controlled by the Ramblers. And a stoppage of play here. Got a penalty for high sticking, 2 minutes. Michael Wazaloo looks to be the guilty party, and he'll head to the box after scoring the game-opening goal. Well, it looks like we're going to have 4-on-4 coincidental minor penalties, so Severn Anderson will go as well. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey after the goal from Hojic. And now here's a face-off win. Taken up high, Andrew Swanson. Battling behind the boards. Loyola maintains possession. Up to Liang. Liang, stutter step. Goes across to his man. And a saucer pass is picked up. Bailey goes around. First one to it are the Huskies, and it's Weitzel. Weitzel looking up the boards, a tightrope to Friedman, and he's got it. Friedman working in. Looking over his options, just throws it to the net, and it's gloved out of midair by Liang. Tennell trying to force a turnover, and he does for the moment. Coming in for reinforcement there was Swanson. And this play is offsides. Just a step ahead of the blue line, and this one will come just outside. And here's a face-off win. Weitzel jumps up. Tried to spark a breakaway and nearly did, but good defensive play there by Swanson to prevent that from happening. Meanwhile, the other way come the Ramblers. Here's a shot just wide of the net there. Jack Swenson chases after his own rebound. And up high, Tract goes around. Tatum's in behind there battling. Brings the Rambler down to the ice. Coming in is Armatis. And throws it to the net, and that's a good save by Sturman. Taken now by the Huskies, it's Hojic, the goal scorer. Hojic tries a shot, and that one soaked up by Jack Smith. 25 seconds remaining of 4-on-4 time. Just about halfway through this period one. 1-0 Huskies, courtesy of Ben Hojic. And the Ramblers take the face-off, but another forced turnover, and in front! Save made on Sexton by Smith. The rebound's clear to the corner. Up ahead, Reed Johnson trying to split the defense. Forced to the outside by Holtquist. Tries a shot, it goes wide. In the corner now. Up high, taking it. Henry Bailey. Down low, in the clearing attempt. Or I should say, the outlet pass is picked off by Johnson again. Here's another outlet pass. This time it connects, but just goes under the stick of Clement. Out of his net to play it is Jack Smith. And the first one to it are the Huskies. Jackson Kappas. Nice moves to get around a couple of men, and then the third try broken up by Bailey. Reed Johnson, he tried to outlet, and that one was nearly picked off by Kappas. First shift of the night, and he's making an impact. Chasing after it now. And a big hit in the corner. First is a turnover. Weitzel goes out high. Richard Monty, and a save made by Jack Smith. And moving in, trying to, is Johnson. This puck rolls in on Sturman, and he'll ice it. Here's a face-off win, and Belmont Russo had it taken off his stick. The clearing attempt failed. It goes in deep. Funny hop, and Sturman had to be ready. Weitzel, and now Friedman takes over and behind. Back to Caden Weitzel. Weitzel looking for the outlet pass, just out of reach with Friedman. Chasing after it, though. Negates the icing with that speed and picks it up and behind the cage. Two Ramblers coming on him and force possession of the puck their way. Tracked in the corner, trying to get around. Malik cannot, to the slot, and that one, nice save there by Dylan Simon. Potential goal saving block there. In the corner again, Clement forces it out high to the slot. Tatum a shot, that one's just wide of the net, goes off a stick. Tennell up high, and now Tatum again. Goes in the corner, just playing keep away at this point. Malik on the other side. Through, and Liang at the red line and in. Trying to toe drag his way around Tatum, and he was not having any of that. Not fooled whatsoever. Stood his ground, and now the puck works its way all the way down. Huskies are changing. Ramblers will get some fresh legs out there too. Caldwell pressuring, and Hojic trying to force another turnover. It's gotten out of there safely. Now taken by Noah Nagel. Nagel a shot, that one's denied. Rebound, and it just goes wide of the net. Working up is Severn Anderson. He tries a shot from the blue line, and that one is soaked up by Jack Smith. 7:33 remaining, still 1-0 Huskies off the Hojic goal. Face-off upcoming to the left of the netminder, Jack Smith. They'll move it to his right instead, and it's Gambino to take the draw. Pair of 18s meet, and Wazalu wins the face-off. Flipping it up ahead is Swenson. And this one rolls in on Sturman. He'll cover it up for another whistle. Face-off taken and controlled by the Ramblers. A shot, score! Henry Bailey, and it got through, and look at the Selly tie game. Loyola Chicago is pulled even. A goal from the defenseman Henry Bailey. got through. May have been tipped in front either way. We're tied. 7:22 remaining in period one. Now a face-off tie-up. Open slot, Sturman diving out of his net to cover that one. He had a man coming right at him, Reed Johnson was. The defense of the Huskies was discombobulated. Another face-off win. Huskies controlling, trying to get that one-goal lead back. Up ahead to Clement. Clement moving into the zone, and that's offside. Kowalewski was just a step above. Face-off win from Jake Repo. And finds the puck. Madaliano does. Shot save, rebound, and that one's denied. Good save there by Smith. Play continues, and it's swatted on goal, and Smith will finally get a hold of it. Grippo, another face-off win, but the Ramblers come in there to knock that one loose. We have a whistle. Face-off controlled in the defensive zone by the Ramblers. Pinched past Severin Anderson by Liang. And Sexton splits it to Anderson. Goes deep. And this one bounces to Smith. Thinks about it, and he'll just grab a hold of it. And frees the play with 6:31 remaining in the opening frame. Tunnell tied up off the face-off. It's taken by the Ramblers and behind Swanson. Parallel to the line. Trying to go across his track. It's finally gained possession. Track had it bounce off his stick. In behind, wide open for Tunnell. Nearly forced another turnover. They've been doing that a lot so far in this opening period. Swanson bounces, not out. Sexton, good keeping, trying to force some offense here. And a chance for Friedman across. Tunnell, save made on the backhand by Smith. Ramblers having trouble getting out of their own zone, and Friedman slid it across. Jack Smith was ready. Face-off win. Nagel in behind, and in the corner it goes. Huskies trying to pinch it loose. Puck sails over, and to center it goes. Nagel tried to go force it deeper, but it's swatted right back down into the defensive zone of the Ramblers, up along the boards. A flip in by Swanson. Winds up behind Sturman. Holtquist banks it off the boards. Huskies got possession. Gambino. And now chasing after it. And gaining possession of it is the Huskies goal scorer, Ben Hojic. He twirls in behind with it. Got some space. Tries a pass, and it slid off his stick. Holtquist tried to get it back to him. Over to this side, Caden Weitzel shoots one. Score! Caden Weitzel! And how about that, Selly? He's given Bailey some of that. 2-1 Huskies. They get it back. The puck movement. The possession of the puck by Caden Weitzel. And the return, Selly. Back when Henry Bailey tied the game, he had a creative celebration, and Weitzel just did the same exact celebration in response. And a big hit right there at the blue line, dropped. Seeming to be okay is Swanson up ahead. Weitzel. That's Caden Weitzel's second goal of the season for the defenseman. The brothers have been terrific this season. And trying to get it over to Brandon. It's sent around. Weitzel trying to get his second of the game. It's thrown, and Smith will cover it up. Armad is having trouble with the puck. Kowalewski able to pinch it loose and get to it. Weitzel standing in front. He was covered pretty well. It goes through the crease. Weitzel will kick it back, or attempt to Anderson before it's taken ahead now by Swenson. And good defense there by the captain, Alex Tatum. He's been having a game so far. He's got it on his stick now, and there's a big collision right in front of the Huskies bench. Trying to bank it ahead. Working in is Clement. Clement forced to the inside, waiting for reinforcements. Goes down low. Kowalewski. Kowalewski on his backhand, trying to send it to the front. Nobody home for Northern Illinois. Regaining possession of the puck is Weitzel across. No one home. He tried to get it back to Kowalewski before it was picked off. Good defensive play by Tracht there. Down low, still with possession of the puck. Remarkable offensive zone time so far. They've dominated it here in period number one. As Kowalewski tries to go to Tanal, instead it ricochets over to the corner now. Severn Anderson throws it through the crease, getting a piece of the paddle of Smith. Up along the boards now. Kowalewski is pinned. Trying to kick it loose to Tatum. He comes in, pries it out of there. Kowalewski towards the net, and there was Tracht to get things settled down. Taken up ahead now. Liang bodied hard in a big way by Alex Tatum. Making his presence felt, and now here comes Friedman. James Friedman trying to return pass to Tanel, and it was just overshot. Puck squirts loose, and Friedman's got it in behind the play. Friedman picks it up. Pinned up against along the boards. Stands his ground, and looks like we're going to have a penalty to Friedman. Interference on the sophomore. So with 2:18 remaining in period two, Loyola has a chance on the power play to tie it up. They'll get their first opportunity of the night. Face-off comes outside and to center. Swanson moving through neutral ice with speed, stops on a dime, loses an edge, goes down low, and keeps possession with Wazaloo. Wazaloo up high. Swanson back to Wazaloo across, and a shot goes just wide of the net from Reed Johnson, still with possession and tumbling in behind there. Looks to be Tracht. He gets back up. Looked to be a lot more serious at first. He seems to be okay. Here's Reed Johnson with a shot, and that goes off the backside of Weitzel, and now tracked with a one-timer. Denied. Sturman goes up high again. Intensive work on this power play from the Ramblers. Wazaloo in behind. Sexton trying to force it out of there. And Reed Johnson had the puck elude him to center. Johnson trying to locate the puck. And taken now by Jake Griepo. 1 minute remaining in the opening frame. Out of his net to play it. Puck taken and dropped off. Wazaloo goes wide of the net. Griepo goes off the glass and over the head of Reed Johnson. Once again, Jack Smith out to play it. Leaves it for his defensive partner, Armitage. Reed Johnson gets it in. The Huskies have killed off the penalty. Friedman out of the box. Tatum controls. Off the boards. 11 seconds remaining. Kowalewski with speed moving in. Trying to get one before the period. Stops. Turns. 5 seconds. Kowalewski goes to the front and it's picked off in front. Weitzel tried to force it toward the net. Reed Johnson breaks up the play, and that is all for 20 minutes to open this game. Impactful action. 2-1 Huskies after one. Shots are pretty even as well. 16-14 in favor of NIU. Ben Hojek and Caden Weitzel with the 2 goals for Northern Illinois. Henry Bailey with the goal for Loyola Ramblers. As the teams head off to the locker rooms for intermission, and as Zamboni comes to sweep the ice, we'll step aside and meet back for period 2 action on Huskies Nation.
Okay. When do I begin?
Right now.
All right, my name's Alex Tatum. I'm Ben Hojek.
Hello guys, my name is Ben Sola.
Caden Weitzel. Shane Tannell. My name is Tommy Colo.
I'm Drake Buss.
My name's Jacob Sturman.
My name's Nolan Morrissey.
My name's Ramon Malik.
Yeah, here's ripping questions. They just call me Sola. Tater Tot. Nickname of Tatum.
Hoj. It ranges from Tom, Timmy. They call me Tennel, even though they all know how to pronounce it correctly.
Buss, mostly. Just last name. Pretty simple. They call me Sturm.
Tom Malik. Just Tommy, my full name. I don't really have a full nickname, so.
Nolan and Morrissey. Usually those 2.
Tennell.
Or Maury, actually. I
Okay.
get called Maury now.
Nice.
Little Daddy.
I don't really have a favorite place, honestly, right now. It's probably the Student Home Center.
Probably the rec center. I don't know, probably Newell.
Probably the engineering building.
Probably Vinny's. Got a good pizza, big pizza, hurricane, 24 inches.
Good speed. Don't really go anywhere else.
Probably the rec center.
I like going to Qdoba at the student center.
That was where I graduated my first 4 years, and I have a lot of good memories there. I actually enjoy engineering, contrary to popular belief, so that's where I enjoy going.
Chipotle.
Ooh,
Or maybe the dining hall, but
New Hall. Probably Barcima.
Go-to order at Chipotle?
Chicken bowl with black beans, white rice, and lots of queso. I like to just sit and do all my homework like in the middle of the Starbucks area because it's like I just feel really productive there.
I'd say the student center in general.
Ooh.
That's crazy. Oh, shoot. That's a tough one.
Probably Patrick Kane. That's been my idol growing up.
I think it'd be Abraham Lincoln just because of his effect on the world, honestly.
Ryan Reynolds.
Elvis. Gotta be Elvis.
He's just cool. Abraham Lincoln.
Why?
It's just Ryan Reynolds. Huh?
I don't know. I feel like George Washington would be cool. First president of the U.S.
Corey Crawford. He's my favorite goalie. So probably Corey Crawford.
Probably George Washington.
I'll shoot Wayne Gretzky. Basic answer.
With those fake teeth?
Fake teeth, first president, why not?
Michael Jackson.
Probably my brother, because I haven't seen him in a while, so I'd like to take another selfie with him. Probably at the Monster Factory, because we always wanted to do that as kids. So take a picture at the Monster Factory, it'd be cool.
Oh. There's a lot.
Any hip hop or even country. Party country is good too.
I'm gonna say Not Like Us by Kendrick.
Oh, burn it to the ground. Nickelback. Always. Right in the headphones.
Not really a music guy before a game.
Either like Everlong or go to mainly just Everlong, honestly, I'd say.
So it might be a unpopular thing, but I don't really need any music. I just think about what I'm gonna do.
Run This Town by Jay-Z, for sure.
Bad Penny by Rory Gallagher.
Till I Collapse by Eminem. War game. I would say Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
Love Sosa by Chief Keef. I'll go baseball and football.
Cooking. I love cooking. I usually get all the guys together on the team, and just yesterday we did a huge breakfast for dinner cookout and whatnot in the Blackstone. And
I know a lot about football. Football, anything sports even, like, other than basketball, you know, football, whether it's football, baseball, so.
Handiwork. A lot of people don't know this, but like I build decks and stuff in the summer, so stuff like that.
The NHL, just sports. I know a lot about like the contracts and just I play a lot of franchise mode on NHL, so.
Video games.
I want to say math. Baseball.
Golf. Big golfer.
Lots of video games. Mainly like old PS2 ones like Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy, big into those.
Are you a math major?
I'm an engineering major.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Wow, that's a hard question.
Snake. I feel like they're just evil in a way, you know?
Owls. I feel like an alligator would be pretty rude.
Probably a polar bear. You see them being mean.
I like an alligator, I think. I think they're pretty mean.
Be the rudest.
Why?
They're always causing chaos.
Nice.
Probably like a chicken. I feel like raccoons would be mean.
Ooh, that's a good one. I kind of feel like a koala bear would be the rudest. Just because it looks cute. Probably very rude.
Usually kind of snaky. I don't know. They always got like a weird look to them.
Probably a lion. They just think they're top dog. Probably a lion.
Lion owls.
They just always give weird looks.
Probably a killer whale, because they're already about that lifestyle, so I feel like they would just slap you if you look at them wrong on the street or something.
A samurai. Like a cowboy.
Let's say the cowboy because he has a gun, usually. Or at least the rope to tie him up. Samurai, he's got the sword. I get the cowboy's probably got a 6-shooter, but I feel like Samurai's got some armor, got a sword. Cowboy.
Probably a samurai. They have the sword skills and the quick reactions. The cowboy's got the pistols though, so that could be a close battle. Probably the cowboy or the samurai, I would think.
Gosh, I'd say probably samurai. I mean, I feel like the long, like, sword or whatever, just, chop the legs off of the horse, and I don't know, just a pirate who already doesn't have legs, so.
I think a pirate would, just because they're tough and they're like dads. So I feel like they'd be like overpowered anything basically. They're pirates. So they live out in the middle of the ocean. They're used to like survival and stuff.
Gotta go with my cowboy because he has guns.
I want to say samurai, but low-key the pirate's sneaky. He might like poison in all their drinks or something, or just like when none of them are looking, just blow them up or something. So I'm gonna say pirate.
Okay.
Now look at the camera.
Okay. When do I begin?
Right now.
All right, my name's Alex Tatum.
I'm Ben Hojak.
Hello guys, my name is Ben Sola.
Caden Weitzel.
Shane Tannell. My name is Tommy Coelho.
I'm Drake Buss.
Name's Jacob Sturman.
My name's Nolan Morrissey.
My name's Ramon Malik.
Yeah, here's your ripping questions.
They just call me Sola.
Tater Tot. Like name off Tatum.
Hoj.
It ranges from Tom, Timmy.
They call me Tennel, even though they all know how to pronounce it correctly.
Buss, mostly. Just last name. Pretty simple.
They call me Sturm.
Malik.
Just Tommy, my full name. I don't really have a full nickname, so.
Nolan and Morrissey. Usually those two.
Tannell.
Or Maury, actually. I
Okay.
get called Maury now.
Nice.
Little Daddy.
I don't really have a favorite place, honestly, right now. It's probably the Student Home Center.
Probably the rec center.
I don't know, probably Newell.
Probably the engineering building.
Probably Vinny's. Got a good pizza, big pizza, Hurricane, 24 inches.
Good speed. Don't really go anywhere else.
Probably the rec center.
I like going to Qdoba at the Student Center.
That was where I graduated my first 4 years, and I have a lot of good memories there. I actually enjoy engineering, contrary to popular belief, so that's where I enjoy going.
Chipotle. Ooh. Or maybe the dining hall, but New Hall.
Probably Barcima.
Go to order at Chipotle.
Chicken bowl with black beans, white rice, and lots of queso. I like to just sit and do all my homework like in the middle of the Starbucks area, because it's like I just feel really productive there.
I just say the Student Center in general.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Oh, shoot. That's a tough one.
Probably Patrick Kane. That's been my idol growing up.
I think it'd be Abraham Lincoln just because of his effect on the world, honestly.
Ryan Reynolds.
Elvis. Gotta be Elvis.
He's just cool. Abraham Lincoln.
Why?
It's just Ryan Reynolds. Huh?
I don't know. I feel like George Washington would be cool. First president of the U.S.
Corey Crawford. He's my favorite goalie. So probably Corey Crawford.
Probably George Washington.
I'll shoot Wayne Gretzky. Basic answer.
With those fake teeth?
Fake teeth, first president, why not?
Michael Jackson.
Probably my brother, because I haven't seen him in a while, so I'd like to take another selfie with him. Probably at the Monster Factory, because we always wanted to do that as kids. So take a picture at the Monster Factory, it'd be cool.
Oh, there's a lot.
Any hip hop or even country. Party country is good too.
I'm gonna say Not Like Us by Kendrick.
Oh, Burn It to the Ground. Nickelback. Always. Right in the headphones.
Not really a music guy before a game.
Either like Everlong or go to mainly just Everlong, honestly, I'd say.
So it might be a unpopular thing, but I don't really need any music. I just think about what I'm gonna do.
Run This Town by Jay-Z, for sure.
Bad Penny by Rory Gallagher. Till I Collapse by Eminem.
War game.
I would say Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
Love Sosa by Chief Keef.
Um,
Welcome back inside Canlin Sports Ice Arena in Dundee. Got a 2-1 hockey game after 20 minutes of play. Huskies with the lead. Both teams take the ice to begin period number 2. Jacob Sturman, certainly not the most busiest goalie tonight, but he's made some great saves when he's needed to, and he's really kept this thing close. I think back to the goal opportunity at the beginning of the second period. Reed Johnson, right after the Huskies scored the opening goal with Hojek, he came up big in a goal that could have tied it easily. Instead, 2-1. Close one here. Jack Smith has been the more busy of the two. And he's been very, very sharp tonight. 2-1 indeed, but it could indeed be 5-1 or so without the remarkable play of him tonight. About 5 or 6 10-bell saves so far throughout those first 20 minutes of play. Both teams head to the center circle. It's Gambino, Hojek, and Caldwell on the ice for NIU to begin the second period. Doimelink, Reed Johnson. Wazaloo wins the face-off the center between those two. He's got the puck on his stick, and that one goes off of Tatum's skate and into the netting. Face-off controlled. Huskies stop anything from happening further. It's Tatum down low. Severn Anderson. Ben Hojek up along the boards. Trying to get it out, and he does. Winds up on the stick of Swanson. And they'll repeat the process. Severn Anderson behind his own cage. Off the stick of Caldwell and to center. Chasing after it, Gambino and Swanson playing keep away. Severn Anderson on the other side retrieves it, throws it to the net, saves Smith, and then Hojek tries to go to Caldwell, and that one's picked right off. Anderson keeping it away from Doimelink. Hojek takes a run, and in front of the net it's broken up by Tatum once again, who has had an outstanding game so far. Puck goes off the stick of Caldwell. He regains possession, is brought down. We play on, throws it to the net. Hojek couldn't get a handle on it, and then the shot on the rebound is blocked to the side. Now it looks like we may have a penalty. It'll be tripping. Huskies will head to the power play. Their second opportunity of the night. It'll be off the tie-up. Good face-off win there by Swenson. They try to get it out, cannot. Kept in by Weitzel. That one's Blocked up in the air, stung Swenson. Huskies trying to work it right back in. Brandon Weitzel now. Clement trying to squeeze through, does. Down low and behind the cage, forced to the outside. Once again, the Huskies are forced to center, and Clement works in over the line, but an offsides. Face off, swatted back to Sexton, I beg your pardon. It's taken at center, twirling with it, going to Anderson. And he'll go in. Friedman to the other side, the first one to it, battling. Sexton jumps up from the D, throws it in on goal, and able to locate and cover is Smith. Face off to the corner. And tripping over Friedman's skate, we play on. Not intentional. Friedman's got the puck on his stick now. Twirls around with it in the corner. Looks to the net from a sharp angle, denied by Smith. And he pins it up against the boards as they battle for it. 3-on-2, the Huskies do in behind Jack Smith. Puck squirts out to the front of the net, and Sexton swept it towards the net. And able to get a piece of it is Smith. Puck rolls in on him now, and he'll just safely cover. .28 seconds remaining on the minor penalty to Trecht. Clement face-off win back to Severn Anderson. Anderson goes across to Weitzel. Weitzel shoots off the post, rebound. Kowalewski's there, and it's kept out of there. Nice defensive play by Reed Johnson to save a goal. Play continues. Weitzel, they still have the puck. Down low, Clement. Return pass to Weitzel, looking for somewhere to go with it. Tough angle shot, it goes through the crease. The penalty time is up. 2-on-1 the other way for Loyola. And a shot in on Sturman is covered up. Wazaloo off the face-off. Tie up, gets it, shoots it, save made by Sturman. Another face-off win by Wazaloo. Up high, Trecht shoots one, that's denied. Breaking out with that speed of his is Kowalewski, but it's taken out behind the other way. Swanson in low. Puck takes a funny hop off the stanchion, brought down to the ice is Armitage. Looking around, no penalty. Holtquist out of the zone. Weitzel and now Clement picks up the puck down low in a tight pocket to Brandon Weitzel. The return pass goes off a skate. Weitzel returns, tries to go back up high to Sexton, and it's taken away. Here comes Wazaloo, gaining the zone, going across. Pass up a little too high, Armitage, and Holtquist slapper it out of there for an icing. Blake Holtquist getting some extensive action, mainly taking the role of Drake Giesecke was having a fine season to begin the year before he suffered a right leg injury. He's unable to play, and Holtquist in his spot at that D-man position. He's got it on his stick, sends it to Sexton. Sexton looks over his options. Kappas out to center. Kappas again. Now Blake Holtquist. In on goal, a bouncer, and played by Smith. Aileman. Now in behind. Swanson. Trying to split the D with a stretch pass to Nagel. Working in over the line. Liang gains possession. Goes in front. Picked off by Kappas. Clearing attempt failed. Going across. And off the stick of Nagel and up high. Richard Monty there. Nice little finesse move to send it behind to his D-man Sexton. Nearly a turnover in front, and that one just gets away from Liang. Still in the Huskies' defensive zone, though, it's Sexton. Clearing attempt once again, picked off by Swanson. Swanson works to the slot, shoots one. That got through Sturman, but it went wide. Rebound, Nagel! He scored! Noah Nagel ties the game on a shot that squeaked through Sturman. 2-2 hockey game. Ramblers with a hard-working penalty kill. It paid off. They got the momentum, and they got the game tire. It's Noah Nagel. That's his 4th goal of the season. We're all tied up. And a lead pass ahead. This one thrown in the direction of Sturman and just wide. Now a long shot there. That's blocked off of Tract. Malik goes off the boards and in deep. Chasing after it, Tennell. And now Tatum. Collision there, tough one between him and Swenson. Out high to center. Severn Anderson lost the puck. Back the other way. It's Henry Bailey. Shoots one. That one's denied by Sturman. The rebound in front. And it winds up on the stick of James Friedman. He works through the neutral zone. Trying to get around a couple of men. Friedman. And it rolled in and out there to make the poke check, Jack Smith. Tatum, as the Huskies look to get some offensive zone time here. Nick Gambino chasing after the puck to the corner. And now in behind, he's pressed. Bailey giving him a rough ride, nearly takes it away, and Gambino chips it out of there in the vicinity of Sexton. And Armatas trying to play keep away now in their defensive zone. Swenson will loft it. And you get a line change. Gambino will go off the boards and chasing after it. First one to it is Hojek. Tries a centering pass. Caldwell's there. Now Gambino's shot. Sexton. And it pinballs through the slot and winds up on the stick of a Rambler. Back in, and this one flipped on goal. Sturman makes the save and covers up with 12:38 remaining in period 2. In a tie game, Noah Nagel just moments ago got the equalizer. Huskies take the face-off. Holtquist is in there to ring it around. Not out. Puck taken on the boards by Reed Johnson, working on Weitzel. And we have a stoppage of play here. Referee with his hand up in the air. Let's see what we have. Weitzel will sit for 2 minutes. And just after getting the equalizer, Loyola Chicago has a opportunity to take their first lead of the night. NIU has jumped out to a 1-goal lead twice in this game, and twice The Ramblers have responded. Looking to take the lead here. Here's a face-off win to start it. Tracked. Back up high to Bailey. Little stutter step there. Wazaloo up high. Over. Henry Bailey shanked the one-timer. Holtquist in behind. And Grippo goes up the boards and out. Bailey tried to go across. The puck hopped off his own goal. He'll ring it around now. Wazaloo. Severn Anderson's the first one to that one. He'll send it right back in. Henry Bailey, Wazaloo. Working up through center. Nice defensive play by Tennell. Good penalty killing so far by the Huskies. They've shaved a minute off. And a pass broken up in front of the net by Tennell. Smith had to be ready there. Easy save, and now taken out again. They dodged a bullet there. Henry Bailey, who has a goal tonight, drops it back, goes across. Wazaloo, and broken up in the slot. Madaliano cannot clear. Up high again now. Wazaloo retrieves, and there's a shot. That one's blocked by Gambino to the corner. Reed Johnson down low. Now retrieves it out of the corner. 30 seconds. And a chance up high. Andrew Swanson goes over to Bailey. Shot up high, blocked by Holtquist in front. There's traffic and there's a scramble, and it's swatted out of there by Sturman with the paddle. Still with possession of the puck, it's Reed Johnson trying to go down low. Broken up, Gambino. That'll do it for the penalty. And this pass is offside. Puck will come just out of the zone. There's still 2 seconds remaining on the Weitzel minor. 10 and a half remaining in period 2, just about halfway through this contest. And it's tied at 2. Clement, face-off taken. James Friedman forgot the puck behind him. It's taken ahead now by Nagel. Most recent goal scorer, Sexton. In a battle there for the puck with Doimelink. He'll try to backhand it in through 2 Huskies. Weitzel back on the ice to defend. Friedman locates the puck and finds Clement. Clement over the red line. He's hassled a bit by Liang. And the Ramblers take possession of the puck. It is Liang. Nice toe drag move around Clement, but couldn't get around Friedman. Still with the puck, though. It rolls in on Sturman, and he'll have to cover it up. Nagel with another face-off win. Doimelink along the boards. Sexton wins that battle, goes across, and now in behind to his D-man. Going up ahead now to Caldwell. Caldwell with a chance here on his backhand, throws it through the crease. Going in now, Gambino. And now in front, Hojic lost in his skates. Caldwell's there. And sweeping it behind. Can be taken by Hojic. He's pinned up against the boards by Henry Bailey. Coming in for help is Gambino. Sexton retreats. Anticipating a clearing attempt, it's now taken by Aileman. And you go back right where the scrum was along the corner boards. Gambino, Nagel. Up ahead now. Liang. Out to center where Sexton can take it around that Leafs logo. Sexton on the return pass there from Weitzel and into the zone. Clearing attempt goes off his shin pad. In front to Caldwell, tried to go up over the shoulder and it went high. Tatum, bodied by Liang along the boards. That'll be a penalty. Liang will head to the box for tripping, and the Huskies will have their 3rd power play of the night. Huskies are 0 for their prior 2 power plays in this contest as Clement wins the faceoff. Weitzel, look at the big guns out there. Brandon Weitzel tried to return it to his brother Caden. And he missed him. He'll have to retreat. Caden Weitzel with speed, works in around. Pins Swanson up against the boards. Huskies get it, and there's a shot. That one's blockered aside by Smith. Into the corner. Hojek works out of there with it, and the pass picked off and cleared out through Weitzel. Sturman out of his net to play it. Trying to keep it away from Swenson. Attacking there, Clement. And he'll have to retreat as it's taken in by Swenson, who's done some great penalty killing work so far in this game, and especially on this power play. He's had 2 pass breakups. Puck in the air, and Sexton could not glove it down. He'll have to retreat. Looking to get something going on this power play. Friedman. And at center, Caldwell, tip pass to Sexton. They'll ring it in, get some fresh legs out there. Friedman in attack. Grabs a hold of the puck. Tries to go back to Hojek. Works up high. Weitzel goes to Friedman. Friedman hesitates now, shoots it over. Weitzel across. Severn Anderson just throws it to the net, and it got through, and just through the crease it went. 15 seconds on this power play. Up in the air, Friedman. First one to it on the other side. Had his stick lifted. Pinned up against the boards now, trying to get it to Tennell. He's bodied up against the boards. Caldwell's there. Now Friedman's got it again. Penalty time is up. Weitzel up high. Severn Anderson shoots one up high, and that one goes high. In front, the return try for Friedman, and it's over the head of Caldwell. And Liang tries to connect there with Armitage, just out of reach. Up along the boards, Friedman is still out there. Now he clears it in and gets a change. Caldwell tries to throw it towards the net. It's blocked. Caldwell regains possession of the puck, past Aileman. Takes a funny hop off the stanchion and in on Jack Smith. And finally, we have a stoppage of play. 6:15 remaining in a tie game here on Friday night in Dundee. These two teams in a very, very tight match here tonight as Jake Griepo gets ready to take the face-off. He challenges Wasaloo, and Wasaloo takes that one. Once again, the Ramblers have the big guns out here as Wasaloo moves in with speed, trying to get it around a man. Here's Liang, a shot. I beg your pardon, that was tracked and it's denied. This one iced by the Huskies after the try there. Rippo, face-off win, but the first one to it are the Ramblers. Severn Anderson trying to get away from Doimelink. At the red line, Grippo retrieves, works it into the corner, stops, looks over his options. Huskies are separating. Grippo still gets to the front of the net, and that one's shot wide. Maybe getting a piece of it with the blocker with Smith. Trying to get out of his own zone, weaving his way through so many Huskies. Wasaloo was, and finally able to get it out to center. Five minutes remaining in period two. Severn Anderson finds Grippo. It hops off his stick though to center. And now taken in by Swenson. His shot is denied by Severn Anderson as it is blocked with the stick and kept in. Liang, drop pass there. Henry Bailey goes across to his man. And a shot by Track up high. Save rebound! Severn Anderson was there to partially block it. And it rolled in on Sturman, and he makes the save to stop the play. And now we have some more chatter after the play. Penalty will be assessed to Blake Holtquist. So now the Ramblers will have their chance on the power play once again. Wasloo tied up on the faceoff. Swenson comes in. And up high, it's lofted out of there by the Huskies. Once again, the Huskies lofted out of there, and Weitzel chasing after it. Cannot get away from the speedy Wasloo. Now in there, up along the boards is Andrew Swanson. Pinched up high, trying to get it past Jack Swenson. And Swanson swatting at it. Clement able to get it as far as center ice. And this one, right down here in the crowd, through the netting, and that'll cause a whistle. 65 seconds remaining on the minor. 3:44 remaining in period 2. Puck pinched out of there. Armitage goes across. Here's a shot. That one's blocked. Nice play by Sexton. And now up high. Goimelink to Liang and low. Back up high to Liang. Winds up, shoots one. That was a rocket, and it got the glass. Goimelink up high. Nagel lost it in his skates. He'll have to retreat with 35 seconds remaining. Goimelink carries it through neutral ice. And across Nagel. Nagel had it pinched off his stick by Gambino. 15 seconds. Armitage. Back to Nagel, back to Armitage up high. Liang with an open lane to shoot. Tried to go back to his D partner. They were not in sync. That'll do it for the power play. Both teams have yet to score on their power play tonight, both 0 for 3. And now pinched out. Nice play by Gambino to work around Nagel. And now he works his way around him again. Back to Malik. And the two collide. Malik with Nagel in behind the play, and now working up with it is Liang. Liang trying to get past. Weitzel does, and he's mashed by Severn Anderson. Couldn't even get a shot away. As it rolled in on Sturman, and that may be another penalty. Malik will head back to the box. That's all, and so we'll see another 2 minutes of power play time for the Loyola Ramblers. Malik will sit. Once again, Nagel and the Huskies take the face-off, and they're able to send it out again. Liang and now Nagel, they just try to find some sort of spark to get offensive play on these power plays. They're 0 for 4 up until this point, and the Huskies have it, just playing keep away right now. Clement. Trying to split the defense is Swenson. It's worked to the corner, shot up high. Maybe getting a piece of it with his blocker with Sturman. Now they get set and thrown to the net by Swenson, and that one's up high off a skate. 1 minute remaining in this second frame here, and Dundee. Smith out of his net to play it, sees Griepo, retreats the other way. Doimelink leaves it for his man. Wazaloo working in. Wazaloo stops on a dime, looks for a man, goes across. Swenson out of his reach. Instead it comes to Severn Anderson, who rockets that one out of the zone. 25 seconds in the second frame here. Looking for maybe one more offensive opportunity before the period's end. And this one finds its way into the bench of the Ramblers. Huskies take the face-off. Penalty time is up. They've killed off another one. Excellent penalty killing for both teams tonight. In the corner, trying to send it in front for Tadnell. Winding up Severn Anderson at the horn. And Smith having to make the save at the last second, and that'll do it. 40 minutes of action. Tie game at 2 should make for an interesting third period coming up. Shots once again even, 10-9 in favor of Loyola after in that second period. After 2, it's tied at 2, looking for the tiebreaker in the third. We'll step away for intermission here on Huskies Nation. Both teams take the ice for period 3 action on Huskies Nation. Through 40 minutes, tie game at 2. Who will get the icebreaker? And who will come out with the victory here tonight? We'll find that out perhaps in the next 20 minutes or overtime. Reed Johnson's out there. Melink and Wazaloo at top line for them here to start the third period. Meanwhile, it's Brandon Weitzel, Jason Clement, and Dominic Kowalewski on the ice. Forwards there, ready to take the face-off. Here we go. Face-off is taken in. The Huskies do force a turnover. Shot by Tatum is blocked at the line as a clearing attempt could not get out on the first try. Meanwhile, Weitzel, the big collision along the boards with Melink. Meanwhile, in the offensive zone, it's taken in the corner by number 18, Wazaloo. He turns it back, sends it in the corner. Reed Johnson's there, trying to pick the pocket of Severn Anderson. He's able to come up with the puck eventually before he's pinned up against the boards by Weitzel. Weitzel able to come out of there with it, trying to bank it off the boards. It took a funny hop, and then it hit the skate of Swanson. Kowalewski on the other side. Kowalewski moving in front, trying to hit Malik. Tipped just wide, into the corner it goes. Now it's Hojic. Ben Hojic along the boards, pinned and lost it. Good work there by Swanson, who's still on the ice. Now he'll head for a line change. Retrieval in behind his own cage from Sexton. And up high, it's Hojic coming up with the puck. Shot with Caldwell right in front, and a save made by Swanson. I beg your pardon, Jack Smith. And now Hojic along the boards, gets away from Nagel, trying to find Caldwell. Pass is broken up by Tracht. And now in front it tries. Coming up with it before. Sexton unable to get there, and having to turn all the way back is Weitzel. Up the boards. And pass picked off by Armitage. Sexton. The pass is picked off by Nagel. In front, and a good save there. Swenson swept it right on goal, and Sturman stayed with him. Stoppage of play right after. Do we have another penalty? Yes, we do. It's Sexton heading to the box, and it'll be a fifth opportunity now on the power play for the Ramblers. And the Huskies control the face-off, and right away, they'll force the Ramblers to turn back. Gaining the zone. Here's Reed Johnson, goes across. And a shot towards the net. Swanson off the paddle and along the boards. Reed Johnson goes down low. And now taken up by Severin Anderson. He'll keep it away from the defense. Anderson in behind the cage, and it's controlled by Swanson. Over here on this side, Reed Johnson shot save, rebound in front, score! Jack Swenson. Ramblers with their first lead of the night, 3-2. Power play goal. They finally strike on their 5th opportunity. Loyola has the lead. Courtesy of Jack Swenson, who picks up goal number 3 on the year. Kowalewski tried to race after it, took a tumble, blew a tire. Now they're back out on the ice, and Clement trying to tip it out of the air. It finds its way to the stick of Liang. There's a big up and body collision there on Holtquist. A good piece of him was Doimelink, and the Huskies able to get it out of the zone in the meantime. Brandon Weitzel with speed, working around. Aileman in front, and a save made. At the last second, there was a big collision after the play. Holtquist getting his revenge from the hit earlier. Knocks Doimelink down to the ice, and that in all likelihood will be more than 2 minutes. Nagel in the box as well with 16 on the dot remaining in period 3. Keep an eye on that penalty assessed to Holtquist. It'll be just a 2-minute. That was a nasty after the play hit. Instead, 2 minutes apiece, and it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Hojek to take the face-off. And Wazalu wins it. He has to retreat as Caldwell getting in the way of things. And Hojek takes it away for the moment. It's in the corner now. Puck takes a hop off the stanchion after swatted at by Hojek. Swenson works it in. Tatum's there, shields the puck, comes up with it from the moment. Now taken by Loyola. Up high to Swanson. And now down low. Up high to Swanson. Shoots one. Saves Sturman. He saw it all the way. Sev Liang wins the faceoff into the corner. Huskies first to it. It's Sexton. And Al Friedman along the boards trying to work his way around. Does. Friedman to the slot. Tries a shot and it was knocked off his stick at the last second. Reed Johnson trying to uphead him. Got his stick caught up in the arms. Friedman controls. Tennell from Friedman. Back to Friedman. Finally can gain control of the puck in front to Tennell. And that one was denied right at the doorstep by Jack Smith. Still with the possession of the puck, it's Friedman. James Friedman trying to center it, cannot, blocked off a man. Gets it back, stick handles, throws it in front. Sexton looking, he was there, never made the connection. Across, and whiffing on the one-time shot was Tennell. Severin Anderson keeps it in at the line, throws it towards the net. It's swatted out of the air. Taken the other way now by Henry Bailey, who opened the scoring for Loyola Ramblers. Remember, he got that game-tying goal at 1. Reed Johnson goes across. Loyola attacking now. Across, Liang! And a good save made by Sturman, no rebound. And after the play, some rough and tumble between Severn Anderson and on the ground Bailey. He's able to get up. He's all right, but with 3 seconds remaining on the coincidental minors, Severn Anderson will head right to the box. There'll be a minute 57 of power play time for the Loyola Ramblers. Some undisciplinary penalties taken tonight by the Huskies. Back to back, Holtquist and now Severn Anderson. Wazaloo to take the face-off. Weitzel wins it, and it's sent down the ice. Now the penalty kill is on for the Huskies. Past 6 minutes gone in period number 3. This one sent down the ice, nobody home, and it's iced. So face-off will be taken over in Jack Smith's direction. It'll be to his left. Clement trying to force it in off the face-off. He goes just wide of Jack Smith. Now a shot by Weitzel. Batted out of the air by Reed Johnson, who takes it controlled. Andrew Swanson. Swenson wants the return pass. Swanson's pressure to the corner by Tatum. Still has it. Works his way up high. And across. Reed Johnson has it. Johnson goes across. And the return pass. Johnson goes down low now. Wazaloo up high to Johnson. Johnson's shot blocked. Wazaloo across. Trying to connect there with Swanson. Able to find the puck. Wazaloo on the other side from Reed Johnson. Through into Reed Johnson again. Johnson shoots one. That one is denied by Sturman, and the rebound goes off a Rambler in front. Back the other way, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Clement on the backhand, towards the net, and that's a save by Jack Smith. Now it's Reed Johnson this way, backhander, Sturman, it's behind him. And it lofts it up high and over the net. And in behind another collision, Reed Johnson's now down on the ice. It went tumbling into the boards, and players on one knee here. As the trainers attend to the injured Reed Johnson, will step aside.
Okay. When do I begin?
Right now.
All right, my name's Alex Tatum.
I'm Ben Hojak.
Hello, guys. My name is Ben Sola.
Caden Weitzel.
Shane Tannell.
My name is Tommy Koa.
I'm Drake Buss.
Name's
Yeah.
Jacob Sturman.
My name's Nolan Morrissey. My name's Ramon Malik.
Yeah, here's your ripping questions.
They just call me Sola.
Tater Tot. Nickname off Tatum.
Hoj.
It ranges from Tom, Timmy.
They call me Tennel, even though they all know how to pronounce it correctly.
Okay. When do I begin?
Kowalewski right off the face-off, and it's taken by the Huskies. Weitzel takes a run at Aileman. Kowalewski comes in and retrieves the puck. Sexton right there at the circle. He's run into. Curry takes a step at him. Now the most recent goal scorer comes in. He's dodges a bullet from the ensuing body of Brendan Weitzel. Swenson battling up against the boards, finally coming up with his Weitzel, and he'll backhand it in and get a attack going. Here is Kowalewski, and the turnover is forced into the corner now. Kowalewski trying to get it across. Pinched in further by Sexton and now taken. Clement leaves it for Weitzel, shot up high, got the mask of Smith in behind Kowalewski, picks up the puck, chopped at. And now Clement tries to send it in front to Weitzel, never reached him. And then it's poked out of the zone. Nice play by Sean Curry. Under 10 to go in regulation. Swenson is the goal scorer that is responsible for this one-goal lead for the Loyola Ramblers. Hojic will send it in, and chasing after Nagel. Stops, trying to keep it away from this Husky offense. Monty. The puck takes a hop off the boards. Here's Liang trying to toe drag around Monty, and he was not fooled. It goes to the corner. Tommy Caldwell with the retrieval of the puck. 8.5 remaining. They need a goal at least. Here is Weitzel. Puck winds up on the stick of Weitzel on the clearing attempt. Failed and rung around by Caldwell. Alex Tatum trying to locate Weitzel. Pass goes through him. Henry Bailey on the other side. Good to see him back out on the ice. Nagel gloves it out of the air, and then Hojek runs into him along the boards. Gambino locates Caldwell. Puck hops off his stick. Henry Bailey up ice and now taken the other way. Sean Curry. And Alex Tatum comes in there to break up that play. Hojek up the boards and now taken by Caldwell. Caldwell's got Gambino racing to the net, takes the shot, and it's gloved out of the air by Smith. Severin Anderson could not keep it in the zone. They have to retreat. Leaves time for Noah Trecht in center. Neutral zone clogged up. Kappas can't find it in his skates. Puck is lobbed out now to Anderson. Loyola controlling. In the waiting moments of this game, trying to play conservatively to go home with this lead. Severin Anderson in behind the net. Puck is out in front of the net, and it's swatted out of there, taken by Kappas. Kappas with Gambino in the area. Taken away. It's sent the other way. The team's captain, Alex Tatum, will work a breakout, trying to work his way around Liang. Anderson right there along the glass finds Grippo at center. Hops off his stick. Liang, he's brought down to the ice. Puck, couple of head fakes there. Anderson works up ice. Anderson had it knocked off his stick for a moment, now rings it around. Morrissey on the other side working against Aileman. Liang. Chopped out of there. Huskies will have to turn back once again. Reed Johnson is back out on the ice. Good to see after that nasty collision with the boards. Here's a shot by Gambino, I beg your pardon, Weitzel, and it pops up in the air. Denied by Jack Smith. Now in front! Kappas is there working for a puck. There's a scramble in the slot. Coming up with it is Reed Johnson. Morrissey lost the puck. Now it's taken and sent in by Wazalu. He'll head off to the bench. Under 5.5 remaining in regulation. This pass, lead one, goes off the stick of Morrissey. Nagel pinches it in deep. Sean Curry trying to forward it to the net. It's off the glass. Unable to keep it in the zone is tracked, and moving the other way is Kowalewski. Finds Clement. Score! Jason Clement. We're tied. What a game. What a game. Back and forth action. One team has the lead. Next thing you know it, it's tied. The other team's got the lead, and it's tied now again. Jason Clement. Goal number 4 on the season. It's 3-3. Injects life into this Huskies crowd here in period number 3. They were wondering if they could get the equalizer, and now their time has finally come. The game is on for the next 5 minutes. Kowalewski, retrieval of the puck after the hop off the boards. Kowalewski in behind, trying to keep the pressure on. Parked in the slot is Weitzel. Anderson's there at the blue line. Tries a shot, it's blocked. Good play to Liang. Now the other way it comes. Henry Bailey working in, and offsides. Swenson was a little too eager. Another tie-up on the face-off. Tennell shooting it in, and his stick exploded on him. Wazalu's did, and now the other way. Having to retrieve one from the bench, and Malik will ring it around to Tennell. Malik on the touch pass from Tennell. Back to him, and it's swatted off his stick at the last second by Reed Johnson. Clement with a backhander. Below the goal line, now it's worked up to Sexton. Forwarded to the net, redirected by Malik, and seen all the way there superbly by Smith. Stoppage of play with 3:53 remaining in regulation. Jason Clement has just tied the game moments ago for the Huskies. And they get right back out there. Hojek, and now it's taken in behind the net. Clearing attempt, just gets outside the zone. Sexton takes it. Holtquist back there on the ice. Gambino, puck sails past him. Swanson around and lofted up in the air. Armitage can't get a clean entry into the zone. Now chasing after this one is Caldwell. Loyola able to control it. Swanson works in. Up along the boards, Sexton pinned up against him. Armitage, battle for it, and Sexton wins it. And it's taken off his stick. Swanson in front. It comes back for a shot, and that one deflected through the legs of Sturman and wide. Henry Bailey was looking for his second of the night there, and this one goes by Tommy Caldwell at center. It's taken. Gambino takes a run there at Swenson. They battle for the puck, and now Ben Hojek chases after it. First one to the puck, and it's knocked off his stick by Wazalu. And then a turnover in the slot. Clement's there, leaves it for his man, and that one's swept on goal, denied by Smith. Puck swatted into the corner. Kowalewski tied up in behind. And now in front, Clement throws it towards the net. Save, rebound, it's loose. Huskies hacking and whacking, they can't find it. It's behind that big, massive crowd of humanity as Severin Anderson controls and sends it into the corner. Puck hops over the stick, and Weitzel's the first one to it. He'll send it in deep to Clement. Clement, who got the equalizer. Under 2 minutes to go. He finds it up high to Anderson, and that one's deflected high. Weitzel had the opportunity, and now getting past. Here comes Liang. One-on-one with Anderson. Shoots wide. Huskies on the other side. Big hit between Weitzel and Reed Johnson along the boards. There will be a penalty. Looks like Reed Johnson will be the guilty party, and with 1:33 remaining in regulation, the Huskies will have the rest of regulation on the power play. Looking to take the late lead. They took the early lead, and they now regain the lead. Weitzel Clement and Friedman out there for Northern Illinois. Severn Anderson and Austin Sexton on the blue line. And Reed Johnson's malicious hit along the boards will go for boarding. It'll be a 5-minute major. Illinois Chicago taking a timeout to discuss how to go about this penalty kill. So a tall task for the Ramblers here. 1:33 remaining in a tie game. And Loyola loses one of its prominent players to a 5-minute major penalty. He is out of the game. Huskies looking to take it. Tennell wins the faceoff, tries to sweep towards the net. It's blocked right away. Regaining possession of the puck is Weitzel. Caden Weitzel shoots. Save rebound, one-hander. Right there is Clement, and he shoots it over the net. That close. Now it's Severn Anderson playing catch with Weitzel. Shoots one. Looking behind him is Smith, but he's got it. Tennell a face-off win. It's Anderson going across to Caden Weitzel, and now Clement in behind. Pinned up against the boards. Andrew Swanson has him. Puck comes out high now to Severn Anderson. Looks over his options. 1 minute to go in regulation. It's Weitzel shooting one. That one's deflected, and getting a piece of it was Smith. Caden Weitzel in behind now to Clement. Goes back out high to Caden Weitzel. Return pass. It's Clement. Back out high to Caden Weitzel. Shoots for a tip, and that one goes wide. He had his brother Brandon in front, and now it's sent out of the zone. Caden Weitzel locates Tennell at center. Weitzel. And it finds the stick of Tennell. Going down low for Clement, and he tried to do a one-touch pass, and it was broken up. Big collision there along the boards. Weitzel is run into by Andrew Swanson. Meanwhile, in front, Caden Weitzel's shot goes over the net. Under 10 seconds to go. It's thrown in front. Weitzel's there, and now going to pin it up against the board smartly. Swenson does to take this thing to overtime. 4-on-3 action for the first 3 minutes and 26 seconds of this overtime. Weitzel, Tennell, and Caden Weitzel. So Brandon and Caden out there, Severn Anderson on the back end. Bailey, Wazaloo, and Trecht out there on the ice, the three defending for the Ramblers. Oh, so silent to begin this overtime. The oohs and the ahs come from the crowd as Weitzel moves in. And an offside call. Perhaps Tennell was a little too eager, and they'll try it again. Face-off controlled, and with possession of it right now is Severn Anderson. Tennell trying to work into the zone. It's taken away. Wazaloo, 1-on-2, trying to work his way through. Cannot get through the stiff defense of Severn Anderson. And now moving ahead with it is Weitzel. Weitzel gaining the zone, getting around track. Weitzel on goal, poking away at it. They score! Brandon Weitzel, game over. Huskies win it in overtime. And who else? Brandon Weitzel, the leading goal scorer. And this place is full of elacement. Their team goes home with a W tonight. Just 49 seconds into overtime. They get their first power play goal of the night. And it's the biggie. Now hold everything here. Now they're calling the goal back. So hold everything. If tonight wasn't crazy enough, the team's gonna stay out there. So the Huskies bench empties for a celebration, and they say not so fast. Very late no goal call. Severn Anderson at center. Brandon Weitzel trying to locate his brother Brandon. And working it in. Henry Bailey, as this is thrown in on Sturman. Henry Bailey goes down in front of Sturman, and it looks like Weitzel's going to go to the box, and so that'll negate the 2 minute and 16 seconds remaining on the minor assessed to Reed Johnson back at the tail end of that third period. And a face-off win, it's controlled. Andrew Swanson Back to 3-on-3. Swanson controlling the play, working on Severin Anderson, trying to get him to budge. He'll go across to his man. It's Liang. Down low, nobody home. Sexton trying to spring Clement, and that's just out of his reach. This will go down for an icing. Clement tied up off the faceoff Liang, and it's taken by the Huskies. Severin Anderson in the corner. Working ahead with it. Now Clement. Clement trying to work his way around. Clement to the net, he scored! Now it's over. Jason Clement with his second of the game wins it. And now the building can blow its roof off. 4-3, your final. Jason Clement is the hero. The hero of this game, you may add. He got the game tire at the tail end of the third period, and he gets the game winner. The Huskies get to go home happy tonight with a W against the rival Ramblers. Again, they will meet tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Central Time as the Huskies salute their crowd. They get a big one here on Friday night. Give them your number one star of the game, Clement. Prominent young forward for the Huskies. That is it for the first game of this two-game back-to-back matchup between these two teams. Huskies take this one. We'll see you tomorrow night on Huskies Nation. And for now, I'm James Goronsky saying good night all.